Yes, yes. So good afternoon, everyone. It's 2 p.m. 2:06. So sorry we're starting late. We had the heavy downpour here in Abuja, and so our networks are all fluctuating, and we've had to keep migrating. So we just pray that we have stable connections all through the session today. So I trust you have all had a great week and making progress with your work. You're welcome once again, and today's session is the product development session. And this is week 10. This is the 10th session. So um, when you all started this journey, it looks like it was very far off, but gradually you're coming to a close. In another 4 weeks, you'll be, or 4 sessions, you'll be done. Okay, and I'm sure a lot of your work has been transformed, and you, as you reflect, you also know, quite believe that this is what you started with, and this is what it has become, and still more to come. So congratulations once again, and let's dig into today's session. So our goal for the session is how to develop a plan to build your solution. That's what the goal for the session is. And the mentors are here already, and they'll be speaking or sharing tips on how to prioritize your go-to-market initiatives at the beginning of your business, and then they'll talk about human resources that you should have available to build a viable solution, how to identify and engage with human resources, how to prototype your solution. Also, they'll be discussing techniques that you can use to speak with your target customers and get feedback on the solution. Also, how do you develop a product roadmap for your solution? That will be discussed. What are the specifications for a roadmap and how to create one? And then how to allocate work from a specification to a team, and how to track progress. So these are what the mentors are going to be speaking, having discussions around. And as usual, listen attentively and note the questions and the key areas where you have, you need further clarifications about. So before we progress, so I'd like to also welcome the mentors who are with us today. We have Franklin, Kaman Gansop, who we're all familiar with already. We've made his introductions during the different sessions we've had. His LinkedIn profile is being shared, so you can click on that and connect with him for those who haven't done so already. And then we also have with us, thank God, Ege, who's the CEO of Cypher Crescent, also a very familiar mentor. He's had several presentations with us here and all through office hours. So we'll share his LinkedIn profile again, connect with him. Also joining us today is Michael Atu, who is a senior software engineer with Cypher Crescent as well on the team, and also a business development expert, startup ecosystem enthusiast, AI, cloud computing experience, and all AWS, data analytics, all the works. So he's also very valuable resource. We're sharing his LinkedIn profile as well for you to connect. And so that's the team of mentors we have with us today. So mentors, thank you. We're grateful to have you here, and you know the drill already. Presentation, feedback pitches, and then we'll go into the feedback prep room where each of the founders will present their 1 minute their feedback is, feedback prep it, and then you provide feedback and guidance on what they should do next. So that's what we have, what the agenda is looking like today. But before making progress, I'd like to talk about one or two, discuss one or two matters. So the Equity Collective, the deadline was yesterday, and we have the following people who have not yet signed. That is Tokbe. We have Peace Bello. Is Peace Bello in the room? He's not even here. And we have Abubakar Kabiru and Abubakar Sani. So Chris Maman, we want to take your feedback, why your EQ has not been signed and uploaded.
Oh, okay, yes.
Can you hear him? Your line is cracking. We can't hear you.
Okay, it's on.
Sorry?
Can you hear me now? Hello?
His network is okay. So
going out and coming back in, Chris.
exactly. Yeah. So Tokwe, we don't have your warrants uploaded yet.
Yes, we'll send it across today to be attached today, before the end of
The
today.
deadline was yesterday.
Oh, I see. Well, we'll attach it today, ma.
So we can let you out of the room to go and do that and then come back in.
Okay.
Because we gave you enough time to do that. And our rules are very strict on that. Abubakar. This is Abubakar. We don't have your Abdul Jalal. So where is Abubakar Kabiru? Kabiru, he's not here. Neither is Abubakar Sani here. So guys, if you don't sign, we are to be dropped out of the program. That's what it is. Okay? You'll be dropped out of the program. Next week is the investor session. So anybody that doesn't sign that document, I'm sorry, we will drop you. Okay? So
They said it's on the 10th.
Sorry?
My dashboard deadline is on the 10th. That's today.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, deadline is 10th. That's today. Looks like my days are running ahead of time. Okay, that's today. So please do. Okay, I'm seeing a mail from somebody here. That's is that Chris Maman? Okay, one of my co-founders is on his way to Abuja today to sign. Then okay. All right. So we'll allow you to stay in the room and talk by as well, on the promise that that will be done before the end of business today. Abubakar Sani, we don't have your, where is Abubakar? You just joined. We don't have your equity collective.
Okay, yeah, I will send it shortly. I will send it shortly.
Okay, all right. Okay then. So that's it. Then another comment I have, that's coming by way of also an advice. You're in the season of setting up your advisory board, and well, I'm looking through. Okay, so we had some recommendations on how to do that. We recommend to have at least about 9. 3, must be a domain expert, tech experts, and marketing experts. All right. Okay, we're not asking you to load your team now with 9 advisors, but at least three more, including yourself, but let them cut across these areas of expertise. Then it will be wise for you to make sure you have one of these mentors who have mentored you over these years also on your advisory board, because this means that you're going to have them involved in what you're doing post the program, okay? Post the program. When we are done, it's hard to track them. And again, you use the advisor agreement, because it's incentivized. Then I also saw that, well, some of you are, I just saw that this afternoon, you have advisors as volunteers. That does not work, okay? As volunteers, let it be incentivized. That's why we have those agreements there. Share those agreements with them so that the hours they are putting in, how much of their time, and what it is that they're going to be helping you with. That's the professional way. That's the best practice. That's the way it's done. Okay? So please, as much as possible, try and help yourself. Okay? If you've been doing it the other way and it's not working, then it means you have to deploy new strategies. So I thought to also bring that up. And so the investor session next week, all your deliverables, please check your dashboard, check, make sure that you're all up to date in your work. And so if you don't have, if we're still seeing uncompleted deliverables, that means you cannot take the next exam that is coming up for you. So those are just a few comments I thought to share before we go into the pitch session or the remaining activities for the day. Yeah. All right. So let's move on. Mr. Shegun, you have the
Okay, thank you,
next.
Lady A.
Yeah.
We've got quite a lot to do today, so we're going to run through. We have about 10 people pitching, and we have 3 mentors to give feedback. So I want us to take this very quickly. Working groups, I won't call you. I'll just give me your reports, starting from the way we do it the other time. So let's have your report. Working group, quickly. Just let's have your reports.
This is Masters Group. Basically, last meeting, we actually talked about advisors and how to get our advisors and everything. So that was a major topic we spoke about. We also spoke on signing our the agreements and everything. So those were the 2 major areas in which we actually talked about, and we addressed those issues. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, great. Let's move on. Who is doing next?
Okay, is it us?
Legends, influencers, icon. Who is going next?
Okay, it's me.
Okay, legends, go next. Oh no. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello all. My name is Abubakar. I'm the president of Influencers Go. During the meeting, we discussed things as follows. We started with a pitch deck, 3 minutes pitch deck. Each of the founders was able to practice and get feedback from the team members. Then we move ahead and discuss some of the sprint deliverables that we need to fill. And lastly, we also discussed how we can onboard a law firm. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Icons. Icons. Are the icons guys there?
Okay, I think I should just step in.
Okay,
Good
quickly.
afternoon, everybody. So basically, amongst the 4 of us, only 2 of us were able to meet, the president and I, and that was on Friday. So others were busy. So we just basically discussed about the assignments and how we go about it. Thank you.
Okay, and the last.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bartley, the president for Legend Group. Yeah, so we had our call via Google Meet on Sunday, and we all talk about the updates from each of our startups. The discussion centers around getting advisors, how to get our unit economics deliverable done, and also finalizing cap table. And aside that, there was also update as regards MVPs, getting talent to work on the MVP vis-a-vis having minimal or little, financial resources. So it was quite insightful, but yeah, that's like a brief summary of what we discussed about. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Quickly, the 10 of you that will be pitching tonight, I want you to get your slides ready. I don't want to see internet challenges. I want you to get your slides ready, taking it in the same order in which they have been shared with us. So, of course, we're starting first. And who would that be? Dosubi, right? So starting with Dosubi, then Tokwe Batley, then Tobi Akinyele, we'll get Abubakar Sani, Abubakar Abdul Jalal, Abubakar Kabiru, Oyemani Odo, Sulaiman Durojaye, Chioma, and then Christopher Maman in that order. So you guys get your devices ready and let's hit the ground running. Dosubi, you get feedback from Franklin.
Okay.
And when you're ready, when you start presenting, I'll start timing. Just a minute. Let me get myself ready here.
Okay, can everyone see my screen? Hello?
Okay. Yes, your screen is okay.
Okay, good. So I'm starting now. According
Yes.
to Punch newspaper, 75% of tenants suffer from issues related to substandard housing inventory. Issues like high rents, minority discrimination, and poor infrastructures are very rampant. To avoid the effects of substandard housing, like wasted funds, wasted time, health risk, and other issues, tenants are more proactive in choosing their homes nowadays. So they go to agents or tenants or neighbors of prospective homes and try to get information about the apartment they are going to rent, and that has proven very, very ineffective. That brings us to the primary problem, which is the problem of inavailability of a good data for them to make informed choices. Now, the solution that we are preferring to the problem is to provide data through reliable sources, which are tenants, to help prospective tenants make better and informed decisions. And we are doing that also by using features like verification so that the data can be more trustworthy. We are using property reputation management so that they can be current data in the system. So when a manager makes an update, it reflects in the system. And we are also using AI to manage and prevent misinformation. So basically, we are building a glass door or Trustpilot for rental apartments. So this is an interface that shows two major features of our app. The first, this interface shows how a user shares their experiences. They put in an address and they're able to rate that address and describe their experience, upload images and videos, then rate facilities, and they can also share that experience with their contacts. Also, prospective tenants can check their apartments, put in an address, they will see the reviews on our platform, and provide they have enough credit they can buy or perform activities on the platform to get, they'll be able to see details and make informed decisions based on those
details. So we maintain the app using a premium model, and we charge a base average of $2 for each pack of credits for use in seeing details of our partners. And also, we are unique in that we are the first movers, and we don't have any major competitor in Africa as a whole. And our target market is huge. We are targeting 5% of SAM, which is $3 million annually. And we have tech people on the team, marketing, UI UX operations on the team. Thank you.
We can't hear you, Mr. Shegun. You're muted.
Sorry about that. Mentors, please, we'll get feedback from Franklin. And mentors, please, even when you're not giving feedback, kindly help us with the ratings, use the rating links. So Franklin, feedback for him, quick one.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. The presentation was good. There are just few points. That improvement.
Sorry, please, you're muted.
Franklin, sorry, you're muted, Franklin.
Hello.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you're back now.
Yes.
The presentation, it was on average good. I just have few points that I'm making my suggestion. So the first point is that concerning the problem, you mentioned that customers are lacking data to make decisions. You have been specific, for example, that you explain what type of data. Is it data about houses to rent, the reputation of houses to rent, and also on the part when you are just transitioning from the problem to solution? I would have preferred that you explain it in simple words. For example, if you need to rent a house in Abuja, just use our app. You can search for houses available to rent. You go, you click there, you have reviews, so that everyone can understand in simple terms before explaining the technology behind. So those are my 2 points that I think if you improve it, it can make it more inspiring. So thank you.
Thank you very much. So please use the rating links. Mentors, use the rating links to score them. Thank you. Okay, next person. Let's have your slide, Tokwe Batley, and we'll get feedback from Mr. Tango Degbe. Tokwe Batley, we'll get feedback from Mr. Tango.
Yeah, sure. I'll share my screen now.
Okay.
Okay, sure. Okay, can you see my screen?
Your screen is loading. So just, it's still loading.
Is it showing now?
It seems
No.
I have to try to upload it again.
I think, yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry, let me load. I'm sorry, the network. What's this? Just now.
Okay, try to start sharing again. Switch off your video. Take off your video and let's see if you can share. Let's. Is she still in the room? Okay. Take off your video and then try to share again. Let's see if that works. Okay. So you're muted at the moment. When you start presenting, your time will start.
Okay. Can you hear me now, please?
Yes, we hear you. We'll get feedback from Mr. Tangod.
Slideshow. Sure. It's not slideshow and I'm coming, sorry, please. Can I just proceed, but it's not slideshowing.
You know what? Just proceed. Mr. Tangod Ebe will get you feedback. Oh yeah, you can proceed. Tucker, you can proceed. Okay, Tucker, maybe we'll move to the next person, then you get this sorted out. Stop sharing and then let's move on to the next person. Let's move on to the next so that we don't waste time. Toby Akinyele. Toby Akinyele.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
good
here.
afternoon. So,
Yeah. I'll share my screen now.
okay, we'll get feedback from Mr. Tangod Egwe. And your time starts once you begin your presentation.
All right. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, screen is good.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Toby Akinyele, and I'm the founder of MySport. Imagine a world where African creative talents can be seamlessly integrated into the global economy. They can learn, and they can grow their skills and crafts. Currently, the global business market space is worth 300 billion, but Africa is only taking 3% of that figure, which is about 8 billion. And these are the kind of challenges that African talents are facing. 6 out of every 10 talents we've spoken to have spoken about lack of visibility to jobs, unstructured career growth, lack of sufficient skill to upskill. This has made them earn less than $150 per month. Businesses still find it difficult as well to onboard the right talent for some of their projects. That's where we come in at MySport. We have provided an on-the-go hiring and upskilling platform that connects African creative talents in brand technology, design, and brand management, design, and technology to global opportunities. On one hand, talents can create a profile, and on another hand, businesses can also create a profile and post jobs. Talents can apply to jobs and also upskill on the go, while also connecting with mentors in a community. We've been able to reduce the talent acquisition time by less than 10 minutes. So far, we've gone better. We've done 25 successful job matches. We've done more than $7,000 in sales revenue. Our business model is simple. We are taking 15% off every successful job match. And then talents and businesses can also go pro to access additional features within the platform, like invoicing, bulk hiring, and learning as well. For now, we are concentrating on 10% of startups that have been registered in Nigeria. We're estimating that they might hire 10 times in a year. And if each hiring costs about $250, but we'll get 15% of that, which is $37,000. This will give us an estimated sum of more than $144,000. For our competition, they are there from Fiverr to Upwork and Dribble, but we're setting ourselves apart by focusing on African talents and also building a community-oriented system that is big on feedback and also review. Currently, we're reaching our target audience on the top of the funnel through digital marketing and SEO, also content development, and we're looking at getting strategic partnerships with government institutions. Our team is made up with a combined skill of experience of more than 20 years, from product marketers to digital strategies and brand designer like I am. We are raising a pre-seed of $200,000 to give us an 18-month runway where we can onboard more than 2,500 talents and do $2,000 in MRR. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Right on time. Feedback from Mr. Tangod.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Toby. Very sharp. I would say this is really very sharp. Well done.
Thank you.
So I'll also say most times once you have good traction, it's easier for you to pitch. So really very good. What I wanted you to emphasize on that revenue you've gotten about $7,000. That's the key thing you want to sell. When you start, most times when you don't have revenue, you actually sell most of the strength and capability of what you have. But once you have revenue, you start emphasizing on what you have actually. So that's it's a good one. I think I like what you have pitched. Look at your business model again, very well. So what you need to look at, there are standard business models for what you have now, and then try to fit in which of the business models are you using, subscription platform and all the business. Just look at it and then see how that goes. And then another one to look at now is basically it's not too clear to me on your use of funds and to onboard talents. I was thinking what you have now, you have a community of talents where you don't need to actually onboard, because are you able to get all the talents that you need and keep them? How do you keep them? I was just thinking you just have an ecosystem or a community that you have that. So it's not too clear on your use of funds for onboarding of talent, but in terms of what you want to look at in terms of product market fit, yes, that's really very good. Things also on marketing what should be very good too. And other things to look at is to look at their competitors and also look at what are you going to bring in that sets you aside and also make the barrier to entry for other persons who are coming in to also be very difficult for them to come in. Are things you also need to look at. But I think it was really very good because you've had traction. Once you have traction, it's easier to pitch. So I'll say I'll go for a 4 for this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll move on. Other mentors, please, you can use the rating links to rate them also, please, and give them feedbacks in the comment portion of your rating link. Okay, Tokwe, are you ready now, or do I move on? Tokwe, are you ready now?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay, great.
Yes,
yeah,
I
let's
am.
have you. I will get feedback from Mr. Michael Aku. We get feedback from Mr. Michael Aku.
Okay, can you see my screen, please?
Yes, your screen is good. Just hang
Okay.
on a minute. Okay, when you're ready, once you start pitching, your time will start.
Has there ever been a time when you want to start a business or introduce a new product to the market, and you require insights to inform your business plan so that you don't get started with assumptions or blindly, but can't get data that are real-time, reliable, or quality enough in addition to available sources online? If yes, welcome to Data Colo. My name is Bartley, the co-founder of Data Colo. Data Colo is a market research and data collection platform, and we are going to be starting with FMCGs, which are fast-moving consumable goods. Next, first. Right, so according to trade.gov,
Okay, your slides are not moving, or is it my end here?
Can you see now?
Your slides are not moving. Is it me? Does everybody also?
I am on the next slide.
I'm not seeing your screen, your slide on the screen.
Your slides are not
Neither
moving.
am I seeing the slides. So
Not seeing anything.
It's just loading.
It's black.
It's
ah,
slide.
you need to exit again and try again. We're not seeing your slides.
The slides are
We'll
not.
share the link to the slides. Maybe we can share it for her from here.
Sure.
Okay.
Drop the link in the chat box.
Send the link to, or send your slides, whichever way you can,
to admin.
Send it to the admin immediately, and then let's see. Okay, while that is being done, Abubakar Sani. Abubakar Sani.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. You get feedback from Mr. Michael Aku.
Okay. Okay, can you see my screen?
It's coming up. Yeah, it's up.
Okay, can I start?
Yes, once you start, I start timing.
Okay. Okay, good afternoon all. My name is Abubakar Sana Ali, founder of MySlates. MySlates is developed to enhance learning outcomes by offering AI-driven tutoring students. Well, we are all aware that the academic performance of students is declining nationwide. Over the past 5 years, we've noticed a decline in that regard. JAM recently reported 77% failure rate in the 2024 exams, and this has been consistent. In the previous year, 2023, 70% failure rate was recorded. We find out that what were the reasons of the failure, and one of the key reasons was the lack of real-time feedback and support for students. Students lack feedback when they are studying, and for some reason, we said if we can build a solution that can address that to help students, give them access to real-time feedback, we are envisaging that students will have at least 15% improvement in their performance. How do we intend to do that in MySlates? We intend to have an AI that can help them, teach them, coach them through their class lessons. Not only that, we will have an AI to help them with their assignments without telling them, of course, the answers so that they will learn. We will also have an examiner that will grade them and tell them why they got answers wrong and why they got them correct. We have so far integrated our system with one institution, and we are currently looking for a new institution to integrate. We are currently in the agreement stage. So far, we have established 3 strategic partnerships. We have onboarded over 30 teachers on the platform with 100 students who are gaining value. We have 3 plans, the basic, standard, and the premium, with each one having a different tier pricing. We are targeting parents who want to see their children perform well academically, and the size of the market is estimated to be around $22 billion in the sub-Saharan Africa. In Nigeria, we are talking about $1.2 billion. If we can capture 5%, that is $60 million. We have some competition. However, our main direct competitor is Camigo. The only thing is that Camigo operates in the US. There is not similar tool in the sub-Saharan Africa. We intend to go to the market using different strategies. First of all, we will leverage strategic partnerships such as partnering with schools, edtechs, and influencers. Then we will use digital marketing so that we can acquire 20 pilot schools, 200 teachers, and 5,000 students. The team is composed of me, myself, who is leading the team, and some of my team members. We are asking for 200,000 to help us build this and make it a reality. Thank you.
Okay, the time is up. So, Michael, feedback for him quickly.
All right, thanks, Abubakar. I think it's a nice idea. I think what you have is it's something that is needed. Just that I think you need to narrow down on like your specifics first of all, because it's an AI system you're building. So you will need to focus. Do you want to focus on secondary school students? Do you want to start with the science arm or the commercial or the arts, or you want to take everything at once? So that's the whole data that you need to ensure the platform is running is where you have a lot of work to do. I would advise that you try to start slowly, right? And then you scale as you go. So even if it's just for maybe you look at science students first of all, and then okay, the math, physics, and all that data, and then helps makes a lot of sense. Then you can look at the other areas. Another thing is one of the things that I think you mentioned, which you also need to do, is see how you can integrate to for government institutions, right? I mean, with your free freemium model, people will go for it, and then you can begin to look at what extra feature will make them pay. If you the advantage you have is that the government institutions will need this kind of people will need this kind of thing for support. A lot of people have access to the internet with their mobile devices. So even if it's going to be a mobile one, you can make it as easier. But then when you're going for your revenue, look at an additional feature that will prompt them to wanting to pay. Things like past questions from JAMB, the AI system analyzes it. Yeah, that will work very well. And even some of these other external exams that they are looking at to do, it's also going to work. I think it's a nice business pitch. I think I like the idea. And then also finally, one other advice I also give is try to also make use of social media platforms for your adverts. A lot of people, once they use it, get their testimonials and let them speak about it. Then, but another thing I need to add is you need to look at your competitor. I know Camingo. I know there's something they do. So you need to watch out for your competitor. But then again, just look at your business model, which is very important. Your business model, okay, is it based on if it's going to be service driven, is it pay per use? How is it going to be, or they pay a particular amount of money and they have free access for a month and then they can renew. So a subscription model will work very well, and it's going to be good. Yeah, I think I like it. It's 4 for me. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, Michael, let's not forget mentors. Please read them and the way they'll get the one to make it. Thank you very much. Let's move quickly to the next person, Abubakar Abdul-Jalal. Abubakar Abdul-Jalal.
Yeah, yes. Give me a minute. Let me
There's
see
a
the
hand
network.
raised. Let me see. Thank God not to provide.
It will allow me. Let's see. Hold on. Okay.
Mr. Tango, do you want to say something quickly?
Yes, I just want to say something. Just thanks, Michael, for the feedback. And I also missed I was supposed to give feedback on that pre-seed request of $200,000. He said for our own terrain, yes, for the terrain that we have, that we are here, a pre-seed of $200,000 will be a big one. So you just basically look at how you can like what Michael said, critically scope it out and see how you want to start. It will be difficult for you to, not impossible, nothing is impossible in the startup brain, but something can be challenging to look at $200,000 as pre-seed. And also in terms of the business model, I think I gave you feedback the last time on that business model when we discussed about having that free part. That's the same in the same line that Michael also said. So that thing should come out in your business model. You have something great, limited the way Michael said, and also have that business model of the freemium, that part of it to come out very well. Perpetually free, but very limited, very limited. But it's a nice thing. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chevron,
Okay.
Toby will share my slide, please.
think it's over.
Abubakar, send your
Yeah.
slides. Send your slides to Catherine and let us share for you.
All right, sure. I think I did. I'm not sure via WhatsApp. Wait, but let me see if I can send it here.
Hello, Abubakar.
Yeah,
Abubakar,
yeah, me too.
you cannot share slides phone.
Oh, I can't share via phone. Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah. Listen to me, founders. This is a serious thing we're doing here. I've informed you time and time again that you have to be prepared for this. A number of our mentors are also investors, and your level of seriousness is also being judged as part of your dedication to your idea. So if you can't make room for a week, you can't make arrangements for next week. Tell me how I'll be interested in you. So please, let's get serious with what we do. Please. Thank you. Tokpa, are you ready?
Yes, please, I am.
Okay. Catherine, please, if she has your slides, you share to her.
No, I sent to Toby. Toby is ready.
Okay, great.
Okay, can I start?
Are you ready?
Yes,
Just a
please.
second. Hold on, just hold on a second. Okay, when you're ready.
Okay. Has there ever been a time when you want to start a business or introduce a new product to the market and you require insight to inform your business plans so that you don't just get started with assumptions, but can get data that are reliable, of quality, and in a timely manner? If yes, welcome to Data Colo. My name is Bartley, the co-founder of Data Colo. Data Colo is a market research and data collection platforms that help businesses understand their market, consumers, and competitors in order to help them make informed decisions. And according to trade.gov, 40% of businesses fail because of this. So for our solution, Toby, you are speeding up. For our solution, we offer a platform that is cost-effective, provide high-quality data and in a timely manner, and we also have access to data bank that people can tap into. For the services, our process is that we understand clients' project needs, enumerators collect the data, we do data interpretation, and clients have access to the data. The traction, we have 300 plus enumerators on our wait list, 5 research completed so far, and total revenue of $2,700. Our business model is B2B, business to business. Right here, we are looking at businesses, CEOs, market managers, amongst others. Our revenue model is transaction subscription based. For market size, our TAM is $84 billion, SAM, $25 billion, SOM, $1.25 billion. And we are looking at capturing 5% of that market, which should sum up to $62.5 million. For our competitors, what stands us out is that we are offering a timely collection of this data by leveraging on our enumerator network and localized translation tool. This is to ensure quality data capturing, and also data bank for cost-effective data solutions, such that we don't have to start research all over again for each companies. You can always tap into our database. Our go-to marketing strategy, partnership, social media ads, referrals, and word of mouth. We'll be attending industry events, blogging articles, cold outreach, and referral campaign. Our ask is $50,000. 30% is going to funding our product development, 25 marketing, 25 quality assurance, 20 customers, and enrollment acquisition. So for my team, myself, I have 9 years of experience as a field market researcher and business development manager. My co-founder, who is my CTO, has 8 years experience in front end and back end, and our head of product has over a decade experience in product development. And aside that, we have advisors. We have Chidi Okeke, who has 20 years experience in helping startup scale. And we also have Solomon Okidara, who is, thank you.
Okay, the time is up. Okay, I didn't mention a mentor to do that review. Data, let me push you, thank God. Sorry, I was supposed to have got one of you. Thank God, you want to give us feedback for her?
It won't be fair for me to give feedback because I didn't listen to her.
Aha, I was, I was going to, so it's either, I'm sorry, that was my error.
I know she
Franklin,
did it. But I like the presentation, but to be fair to give a feedback.
Yes, yes, okay.
Franklin, you listen, right? You listen.
Yes,
oh,
yes.
thank you. I was worried
Okay.
I didn't, answer one of you guys now. Yep.
So I will give my feedback with her. I will start by the first thing that I like is how she opened her pitch, the problem, the introduction. It was very captivating and quite inspiring. Overall, I like her presentation, but I have just 2 main observations. The first observation is that the business that is doing, the activity that's doing, there are a lot of business out there that are already doing it and doing it even pretty well. So my question is, I think that she should highlight during her pitch and presentation why they are unique and why an investor should instead invest in a startup that has 0 years of experience versus investing in well-built startup and companies out there that are doing, I would say, the same thing with lots of years of experience that have already proven a great action. Because by doing that, you can focus on she presented it during the competitor part, but I think it was a bit too late. I think she has to present it when she's going from problem to solution. Why are you existing? Yeah, she said that you need when you are you need that time maybe to conduct research for a project. I think she could have focused more on the pain points of the customers that the current solution are not addressing, and try to position her solution directly to that, so that can be specific and the investor can understand why she wants to penetrate that segment of market that's already too crowded. What she did at the problem part, it was very good. Solution, it was good. But if she tried to push out that originality, I think it can make a solution more attractive. And the second point was, by the end of at the beginning of her presentation, she started very well, but at the end, she started using a lot of technical words. I would have preferred her to continue with the same tone that she used at the beginning. So that's my feedback. But overall, her presentation is good, but she should focus a lot on the uniqueness. What that showing how what they are doing is very original and what doing it.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so mentors, please
Let me,
don't forget.
can I just add, just to add the comment?
Okay,
yeah,
great.
I listened. So data. So I understand what you're trying to do. I think it's similar to how Bloomberg started and Financial Times, right? But one of the advice I will have to give is, you might need to focus on a segment. I see your team has people who had worked in a bit of financial services, maybe financial data first, because the platform you're going to be exchanging data. There are a lot of policies around data. You have to get data. You have to look at those policies and regulations, and then so that when you're building your platform, where people will come and get that data, if they have to pay, some data will be free. Those things need to be thought through, because at some point, the government will also be looking at if people begin to point to your platform for information, people will come, regulatory policies will come to be sure that the right information is what people are getting for you, especially if those information is what they will not even use to make decisions. So, so what our advice is, it's a very nice idea, a very good idea. It's a market intelligence idea, which I like very well. But you need to work more on your go-to-market strategy, and your product development needs to be clear. Highlight all those things so that when you get to those rivers, you know how to cross it. That's just my feedback.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. So let's move on. Jalal, have you sent your pitch?
Yes, I believe I have.
Okay, Catherine, do you have it?
Yes, pulling it up now.
Okay. Okay. We'll take from Jalal we'll take from Jalal. I will get feedback from Michael. I will get feedback from Michael Aku. Jalal, you're pitching. We'll get feedback from Michael Aku.
All right, no problem. Thank you. Okay. Good afternoon. Next slide, please. My name is Abdul Jalal Abakar. I'm the co-founder of Simply Finance. Our mission is to revolutionize SME operations and financial management. Next slide. The reason we're doing this is we've come to realize that businesses, right, they struggle with analytics, which makes them lose opportunities of growth. What that means in summary is, due to their current systems, right, using disparate tools, they miss opportunities to increase their top line and bottom line growth, which in turn makes them lose a lot of money. Next slide. So what we are doing at Simply Finance, we are leveraging AI-driven analytics to streamline their operations and provide real-time financial analytics, making financial management effortless and efficient for our customers. Next slide, please. So this is a preview of our dashboard. We are pre-MVP. We had an internal test and we'll hopefully be releasing this week. Next slide, please. So the market we're in the SME space, which we all know is the backbone of every economy. We've seen that the total addressable market is at least $32.3 billion, with a serviceable available market of 10 billion, and which we plan to obtain at least 500 million of that market. Next slide, please. Our go-to-market strategy, as I said, we have our MVP ready, but we'll be releasing it in the public later on this year. We'll plan on refining the platform, and we expect user growth by at least 2027. Next slide, please. So how we plan to make money, it's a SaaS platform, so we have part of it as a subscription fee, but the bulk of it, since we are also having financial management, we will charge transaction fees for inbound, outbound transfers and checking your NIN and BVN, as well as API fees for our fellow startups. Next slide, please. So we've seen the competitor list, and what makes us unique is we integrate with existing business solutions, making learning easier for our customers. Next slide, please. So we are asking for the sum of $100,000, which we'll use accordingly. 50% will be for model training, research and development. 30 will be for marketing. 15 will be for administrative, and 5% will be savings. Ensure we have a fortress balance sheet. Next slide, please. So I'm the co-founder of Simply Finance. I'm joined with my CTO, who is an experienced machine learning engineer, and my last co-founder, who is our system architect, Emmanuel Appa, who I'm going to add his picture there accordingly and work on his deck. Thank you.
Thank you. Get feedback from Michael?
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Simply Finance. Yeah, I saw your presentation, and so I'll just give some very honest feedback. So, I understand the part that there's machine learning, but I think one of the things that you should do is to focus on your strength in the short term. I know what you want to do is people come to your platform, SMEs, they get financial information, financial services. They can know about what probably was the current market price for things or what was the household item like, right? I see you're also trying to do fintech transaction in between, and also sell your APIs to developers. They're very good ideas, but at this stage, it's always advisable that you start with where your strength is for the short term and grow the platform. When you grow the platform, yeah, accordingly, when you grow the platform, you can then add features. It's a stepwise thing, so that you don't get to the mix. So I would just advise that let's start with the financial services aspect for SMEs, and I'll give you a hint, which is something you should look at too. Try to look at investment opportunities on that platform. So, for example, if you look at sometimes I think there's something somebody asked me on. So it's just a bit of people who are very busy, who don't understand financial things, and they can come to your platform, look at what financial investment will be useful to me. They can check, right? They can manage even savings and say, okay, let me see, this stock is up. I can go for this. Some other people can decide to make some basic like look at financial information that can guide their business. They can get soft loans from maybe this bank. They are giving out this. People who don't have time, working moms, career people who don't have time for all those sitting down to do that. If something you can add, I know there's a market for that. That's what I'm telling you, because somebody was talking about it. But my advice is to start with your strength, and then gradually, yes, gradually, you can now build. It's a very good idea. It's a very wonderful idea. Like I said earlier on, yeah, but just start with your strength and grow. Then again, so always remember the machine learning is not the problem. I would love to see on your team someone that understands financial services, that has worked in the banking. Just get somebody that has like maybe 30 years experience and across financial, or 20 or so, on your maybe advisor, your team, to support. They have a lot of insight. The ML is not always the problem, it's the domain problem you're solving here. All right, thanks. Well done. Yeah. I
Okay,
think it's
thank
a
you
four
very
for me.
much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. Let's other founders, other mentors, please feedback in the written links provided. Thank you. Okay, quickly we move on to the next person, Abubakar Kabir. Abubakar Kabir.
Absent.
Abubakar Kabir is absent. Okay. Then Oyemani.
Good afternoon. I'm sharing my screen.
Okay. We'll get feedback from Thank God. We'll get feedback from Thank God. Oyemani, get feedback from Thank God.
I'm ready.
Okay, once you're ready, your time starts.
Okay, my name is Onyemani Odo, founder of Amani Fresh World Limited. Amani Fresh World Limited is creating a selection of makeup and skin prep products to help the African woman achieve a natural finish without looking cakey, with products that are skin-friendly, lightweight, breathable, and suitable for the African weather. The problem space here is the huge gap in the beauty market space for natural products, and also the unavailability of lightweight and breathable makeup and skin prep products that is suitable for the African hot weather. The solution we're providing is to ensure that our customers achieve a natural finish with our selected products, and also provide a curated selection of makeup and skin prep products that is lightweight and breathable, that can withstand the hot weather. We are providing a curated selection of skin prep products such as moisturizers, hydrating primers, and exfoliators, and makeup products such as foundation, pencils, lipsticks, concealers. Our traction as at the fourth quarter of 2023, Amani Fresh World was founded and registered. The first quarter 2024, Amani Fresh engaged in her product development and testing. And the second quarter of 2024, she engaged in her customer expansion and market penetration. Business model is B2B, B2C, where we partner with beauty stores, makeup studios, and beauty influencers, and also our online campaign. Our market is for term as at 2023 generated 57.12 trillion naira, and some serviceable addressable market generated in Nigeria generated 343 billion naira. And we are looking at generating 151.2 million naira in the next 3 years. Our competitors are Sephora, Newborn Beauty, and Body Shop. They all provide the same thing, but what makes us different is our focus for natural beauty products and our skin health. Our go-to-market is customer referral program, where we leverage on our customers, and also strategic partnership collaboration with beauty stores and influencers, and also our Instagram campaign. Our team consists of Onyemani Odo and founder of Amani Fresh World Limited, Emmanuel Odo, co-founder with experience in business marketing and business management and marketing. We are seeking 50 million naira to meet that target. Thank you.
Thank you. We get feedback from Vanguard.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, a nice presentation. You just to give feedback around here, very confident, but most times from experience working with a lot of startups, this way you need, I'm not sure how you are able to look at regulation. Two things you need to look at. Some kind of regulation will be a tight thing for you to look at, because it's a big hurdle you might need to cross for you to get all the regulatory things that you need to actually cross over. So that's one of them. And then two is also because you are actually in a B, I think it's more of a B2C. No, it's a B2B and a B2C. I see this as more of a B2C. And in B2C is also investment in marketing too. How much of marketing you need to do to actually build trust, because of their competitors are really very big. And if you look at a couple of those guys have a lot of things around blitzscaling strategy, where they can look at, oh, you are here in Nigeria, and more or less they can actually decide to even make a loss in Nigeria for the next 3 years, just because they want to send you out of business. It's part of the kind of thing they do in this space. In this space, a lot of it's very competitive. So you need to look at what is your real competitive advantage, and start with a very small niche area to push this and build. First of all, is that quietly get regulatory approval. Secondly, also build trust around a certain community where you need to do very rigorous marketing to look at that. So I didn't see those kind of things from there. Was something that is possible to do, but you need to be very resilient and know that it is actually highly competitive in this space, because once you succeed, you are going to knock the very big people out of business, and they have more muscles than yourself. They are looking for 50 million naira, but they can actually afford to lose 1 billion naira for 2 years just because they want you to succeed. So just give you that space to look at that. So I'll tell you to say, look at regulatory approval. You have all it takes to look at that, because the first thing to do, they can even sponsor some people to sue you because you don't have all the regulatory thing to work in this space. And then two is also marketing to look at that. And and then what you need, the money you need also will be good for you to also look at it and say, how much do I need? And in my development phase, look at the development phase. Are you done with the development, or you need this money for marketing? Will also be very good for you to look at it and clear for what to do. So that would be my feedback. But it's actually very good. It's a big goal to go into this area. It's possible, but don't give up. It's very competitive. Don't give up. and research again, and if possible, partner with some persons in the university that will help you with the chemistry research around chemistry. For you to have that competitive advantage will help you to pick up that. So that would be my my feedback on this. But I'll also give a 4. I'll give a 4 on this. I like this.
Okay,
thank you so much.
Yeah, sorry, let me just add to that. Okay, thank you, Mr. Tango. I think if you can note all what Mr. Tango said, he actually captured everything. Well, just to add, if you can create an online platform to what you're doing, and just like Mr. Tango said, have your own trusted community. Let that online platform be where they can come to, and then you can begin to grow from there, so that you can achieve your desired objectives. So it's something you can begin to look at, and then also work hand in hand with. Yeah, I know I saw marketing. So Tango said it. To pay brand influencers to drive this is actually a huge amount of money. But then you can just use your own online platform and get people who are like tech celebrities too. You know, people who are trusted, who probably also have sure that they've tested your product and is working. They can give testimonials for it. Once you have 1 or 2 of such people on that your platform, people can come there and then make requests, and you can grow from there. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so we'll move on next to Solomon Durojaye, and we'll get feedback from Franklin. Solomon Durojaye, and we'll get feedback from Franklin.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm trying to share my screen.
Okay, we'll get feedback from Franklin.
Okay. So I think I'm ready.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sulaiman Durojaye. My company, Thrifto, is bringing guarantee to group savings or group contributions. We are starting with one customer, and that is salary earners, and we are going to help them use our platform, raise bulk money to meet some of their needs like rent and school fees. The problem as we see it is that the traditional group savings, some people fail to remit, some don't remit on time, and then some remit incomplete amounts. And that leads to delayed or incomplete payouts, which leads to frustration. People don't get the value for which they joined the scheme. What's our solution? We have a secret sauce to ensure that everybody remits full amount and on time, and there's no delay. And through that, we'll be able to guarantee payouts. And we are building a community. Our platform will be a community, and that will be a community of people supporting each other on the path to financial success. The size of the market, as we see, there are over 2.1 billion people worldwide who are salary earners. 40 million are in Nigeria, and more than 60% of this need to periodically raise money for so many reasons. And our time is 15 point something billion. Our sum is 9 billion. Our sum is $186 million. We have direct and indirect competitors. Our direct competitors are John Money, Susu Box, Matontine, while our indirect ones include Piggyverse, Cowrywise, and some of the products of the main banks. Our go-to-market strategy is a landing page that will be SEO optimized for creating a waiting list. Then we will rely a lot on word of mouth, our friends, former colleagues, former classmates to help us spread the word. We're going to be heavy on using social media, Twitter, Instagram, and then we're going to form partnerships with organizations that have the same objective like us. Traction, we are already incorporating. We have done comprehensive customer interviews. We are building a landing page right now, and after that, we'll do our MVP. Our revenue model is a combination of annual subscription and transaction fee, $1.3 for annual subscription and 2% of payouts as transaction fee. Use of funds, we are asking for $150,000 to onboard 100,000 members and reach an annual recurring revenue of $2.3 million. The use of funds is as shown in the diagram there. I'm the founder. I'm a former editor of a national newspaper, a web consultant of over 15 years, and my co-founder.
Time is up. Thank you. We'll get feedback from Franklin.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation. You were very fluent during your presentation. I like it. I just have like three observations. The first observation is about the problem. You were saying that people are losing money when they are doing contribution per year because there is a lack of guarantee to support them. It would have been good, for example, if you can assess or quantify the amount of money an average person lost maybe each year when they are doing a group contribution. It can help later to justify maybe your pricing. It can help later to justify your pricing. And the second point is on you have explained the problem that you're solving, but on the solution, you are saying that you provide guarantee. It's not very clear about your solution. What product or service do you offer properly? There is that part, I think, is like a dark box. You have not explained clearly. So I just know that you are providing guarantee. What type of guarantees? I don't know. Is it a product? Is it a service? I don't know. And the third part of your solution is that this is something that can involve maybe a you are dealing in financial markets, and financial markets are very regulated worldwide, and it will be good for you maybe to search for a lot of regulations around your business and check if you comply or how you can comply. And that's why on your team members, you just presented, there are just two of you. So I will suggest you maybe to onboard maybe a lawyer or someone that can assist you with the legal matters. So that's my feedback about your presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Don't forget. Okay, great. Let's give them ratings and feedbacks on the rating links. Okay, moving on, we'll get Chioma. We'll bring Chioma on board. Chioma. Mike. It's Michael Aku to give feedback. Chioma. I thought I saw Chioma in the house. Chioma. I will get feedback from Michael Aku. Yeah.
It's not ready. Let's skip her and move on.
Okay. Okay, quickly, let's move on to the next person. And that's Christopher Maman. Christopher Maman. I hope Chris's network is okay now.
I think he said it's still pretty bad.
Chris.
He was trying to send me the slide, but I haven't received it. So I don't know if he sent it to the office.
I sent slide to Toby.
Send it to Toby. Okay, Toby, seems
Yes,
like
Toby,
you're the reliable network around here now. Seems like what network are you using? Maybe you could share with them. What network are you using?
I'm using Airtel.
Airtel.
Okay.
You know, guys,
Airtel.
it's so funny. Let's share this with us right now. I've been having network problems all day. I mean, since a week now. I just had to get an Airtel SIM today. I got an LTSM. That's what I'm using right now. I mean, so please, if you want to survive in this climb, just, you know, I'm sure Emmanuel Idili doesn't understand what we're talking about. Right, Ima? Chris, I'm saying all of this so that you could get ready. I hope you know that. I'm
Yes,
time wasting so that you could
I
get ready.
read that.
Okay, so I hope
okay, I can see it somehow. Should I start?
If you're ready, I'll start timing you once you start. I will get Michael will be giving you feedback. Okay. Michael Aku will be giving you feedback.
Okay, so Toby, please just go on our flow. Okay, let me start now.
Okay.
My name is Kumaman. I'm founder of Trickle is a banking app for tenants and target savers. It's like sense of consistently.
Okay. Guess what? Chris, I'm going to do something for you. Hello, Chris. Don't worry. Okay. You won't miss. Don't worry. You won't miss your presentation. You're going to do this. You're going to do a video of your presentation.
Okay.
You know how to share your screen while you're presenting,
yes.
So we see your. Now I need you to send it to me, and send it to the team. Send it to Catherine, Lady A, copy Lady A and myself, and send it before 9 p.m. tonight, so we could forward it to the mentors. That's the only leeway, because I see that you have. I don't know where you're making this call from. Maybe from Sambisa Forest or somewhere out there. I don't know. Apparently, what part of Abuja is that? That must be
Kudu.
Okay.
Yes,
okay. For those who don't know, it's great. I will want to, because if the mentors are to rate you on this, believe me, you probably, it will be very unfair on you. So send it to me. Send it to Catherine. Copy myself before 9. Apologies, please, Mike and Franklin. We're going to send you his speech tonight, video recorded, so you could please rate him. Chioma, I see your hands raised up. I'm assuming the same thing because I'm spent your time. I'm going to do the same thing to you. And listen to me. I'm saying this for everyone to hear. It has to be sent before 9 p.m. today, because what I want to make sure is that your pitch is actually ready. So 9 p.m. today. If it's not received before 9 p.m., it's going to be considered as if your pitch is not ready. So 9 p.m. Lady, is 9 p.m. fine? I know we're going to end this call by 4 o'clock thereabout. Is 9 p.m. okay?
That's okay. Yes.
Okay. So do the recording, send it by 9 p.m. today. I think that's fair enough. And that's because next week is the investors, and there's going to be some slashing by then. I will want you guys to be low on your marks. Thank you very much. So quickly, we're moving on to your press for time. We're moving on to the presentation by our mentor. And get your questions ready. We have Mr. Tangod had to exit the call. He has another pre-planned appointment. So we'll be having presentation from Franklin. And your questions will be responded. You get feedback. Questions will get responses from Franklin and Michael, the two mentors, and also Lady A and myself. So Franklin, are you presenting something, or it's going to be verbal?
I have a short presentation.
Okay. So founders, if you have questions, you could just throw it in the chat or raise your hands, whichever one is more convenient after the presentation.
Hello? Please, are you seeing my screen?
Yes, your screen is clear, sir.
Okay, I will start. So I'm presenting about the efficient way for you to develop your product or services. New product development is something that is a topic that is quite huge. But today I will focus on the most important part so that you can develop your products at the lowest cost possible, at very quick and with less resources, and make sure that by the end of the development, your product or services are accepted. So our focus today we are going to focus on 5 points. First, about the inputs that we need for effective product development, and also the output. So what is the output from your product development? So we also explore it, and also we will also work on 3 points about prioritizing your product development and developing your product fast, and also putting efficiency in your product development. So about the inputs needs for the product development. For you to develop your products, you need effective data. And those data, you can collect them from surveys, so by surveying clients, by doing interviews with clients to better understand their needs, their challenge, by observing clients, what they are doing, how they are doing it, the pain they are having. And you can also analyze feedback from sales services if you are already on the market, or for secondary data sources. So about analyzing the customer, analyzing his pain, there are 3 things to consider in the scope of analyzing. Is first of all the jobs to be done. The jobs to be done here represent what the customer needs your product for, to solve their needs. For example, if you for example, your customer might need your app, for example, to book a taxi. It's a job to be done. Now, what are the pain points the customer is currently having? We need to list them, to identify them, and also what are the potential benefits that the client is looking for. So those are the 3 elements that you have to identify once you have studied the customer needs. It will help you design your solution. So for the jobs to be done, you will try to provide a solution to that. And for the pains, you have to relieve them. And for the gains, you have to amplify it on your product. So now about prioritizing the customer needs. This diagram that I'm presenting here is the Kano model. They call it Kano model. It helps you to identify and classify the client needs. So the client needs can be put into 4 categories. We have an axis. The vertical axis is about the client satisfaction. So the client satisfaction can be very low or very high. And also the quality of execution of your development, it can be very poor or excellent. So we have 4 types of diagram. I'm starting with the first one, that is green. So the green arrow is helped to, so when you're designing a product, you have to integrate the basic features. For example, if you're designing a car, if the car does not have a door, if the car does not have a seat chairs, the product will never be accepted by the customer. So when you're designing a product, you have first to identify the basic needs. Then once you have identified the basic needs, the second type of needs that you need to consider are the performance needs. For example, if you are designing a car, you should also take into account maybe the speed of the car is something that's a performance. If a user wants to travel at higher speeds, so if your car help him travel at higher speeds, it will increase his performance and his satisfaction. So the second type of needs is performance. And the third types of needs is, we call it additional needs, additional benefits. It's mostly about benefits. I think that the customer is not explicitly looking for, but if you provide it to them, they will be very happy. For example, if you design your car, you provide seats for children, for babies, you provide additional perks in your cars, you design it very well, you put additional features that the customer did not ask. You can provide additional excitement to the customer. And the four types of needs that is usually explicit, implicit. The customer usually does not tell you that I don't want this. Most of the elements that the customer is not wishing to see in your product. For example, if you develop, I will say, an app, it's taking a lot of time to launch. It's something that can make the customer very unsatisfied. So once you are identifying clients' needs, you have to classify them and prioritize. So first, you have to meet the basic needs. Then you have to focus on the performance needs, and also try to identify the needs that the customer, things that customers are not looking for in your solution that can hinder the performance or the acquisition of your solution. And finally, if you can add more excitement in your solution, it will be great. So I will continue with the next slide. The next slide is about the design thinking approach. So when you are developing your product, it's good that at the end of the development process, the customer accepts your product. I've seen a lot of products, a lot of innovations that has been rejected at the by the market once they are launched. And the success of the product is when the product is accepted by the market. So the design thinking approach developed by Stanford School is a methodology that helps you integrate the customer earlier in the development process of your product. So once you are doing the ideation, you start involving the customer. So you involve the customer at the earliest step of your product development. So you are developing the product with the customer, working in parallel with the customer. So yeah, the idea here is for you to fail fast, to fail quick, and for you to iterate to find a best solution that's working. So the design thinking approach is divided into 5 core steps. The first step is for you to empathize, to better understand the customer and their needs. And to do that, you can do interviews with customers, put yourself in their shoes, try to analyze them better. Once you have empathized with customer, understand them, understand their needs, now you can focus now on the next step, that is define. So define stage is for you to identify maybe the objective that you are going to solve, the part of the problem, the product that you are going to develop, the thing that you should focus on is on the define stage. After define is ideate, the ideation. The ideation you have to brainstorm, maybe potential solutions, potential features, and once you have now brainstorm, you can now prototype those solutions and test. So once you test, if the customer is not comfortable, you reiterate. So maybe you can go back to empathize, so try to discuss with them, you will define new objective, you still ideate, and you come out with a new version of prototype and you test. It's like you have to iterate it many times till you have a product that's working. So by doing this, it helps you to make sure that once you have your product available on the market, it's easily accepted by the customers. Because most of the companies or most of the startups invest a lot amount of money in their product development, and by the end of the day, it's rejected by the market. And what they do is they put a lot of amount in marketing and sales, but finally they don't sell their product, and some even go bankrupt. So about the output of the product development, we have categorized them in 3 main types of output that you can have out of your product development. Is the initial one that will not require from you a huge budget is the proof of concept. For example, if you are saying that your company is creative, on your platform, people can connect and rent maybe photo cameras or other stuff. So for you to have your proof of concept, for example, you can ask for people who want to rent a camera to contact you, and those who want to lend their camera also to contact you, and you try to test it. If it's something that's if it's working, it means that your concept is proven something that can work before going to the next step by making a prototype. A prototype is an early version of the product. It's something that might not even work, but something that it helps people to see, we say, physically or tangibly what you are doing. For example, as a prototype of your platform, you can do just a simple video recording showing maybe the steps, the process, how it's working. And now you have, after the prototype, you have the minimum viable product. The minimum viable product is I will say that it's a prototype of your product that is functioning, that users can use to satisfy their needs. So when thinking about developing your product or your product or service, so depending on the budget, you can decide at which stage you can further push. If you don't have a lot of funds, at least you can start with a proof of concept to verify if your concept is okay. So if you have now additional or much amount of money, you might invest into prototyping or finalizing your MVP. So that's all. That's my focus of today's session. So if you have any other question, I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So questions before we go to the breakout room? Thank you very much, Franklin. That was great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Questions, product development questions? Yes, for our mentors. Any question? I don't see any questions, so we'll go into our breakout room. Okay.
Sorry, can I just add something?
Okay, great,
Thanks.
Michael. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the presentation. I think it was well captured, and I think it's similar thoughts. So, one thing I just wanted to add is, don't be too emotionally tied to your products. And I can tell you from experience, it happens to all founders. It might be an idea you conceived and it looks great, but then the market is not the market is not accepting it the way you think. Rather, the market is bringing another suggestion. So don't be emotionally tied or emotionally biased to your product. I've seen founders who came up with great ideas, but the market is saying, is this a good idea, but can we get something like this? And they say, no, this is the idea I want. And the idea just died there, right? And I've seen founders who they come up with a product, an idea, and then they get to the market. The market responds in another direction, and then they go that direction, and then they are able to also grow their business. So what I'm saying is, within the echelon of your ideas, don't be emotionally invested into it that if the market is not saying yes, I will still stand my ground. You must find a way. We call it in product management strategy, we call it the customer perception. So you have to put that in mind that I'm doing this, but the customer perception is asking me to do this. We also have that experience. I can share it a lot with you. We'll take it to the customer, great idea, and then they say, can you just give us X, Y? We like AE that you gave us, but want A and B, not A to E. And then we begin to work with that, and it changed some of the philosophy that we had in mind. But then it makes the market receptive, and then we're able to gain traction. All right, thank you. That's just what I wanted to add.
Thank you very much. One thing resonates from both mentors here, the market. Both mentors, market. Let's always focus on the market and the product development. Catherine, are we ready to move to our breakout rooms? So let's all hang on while we're shared or the distribution to the breakout rooms will take place. Thank you. And for the breakout rooms, please get your slides. Get those slides ready. You know the slides, the killer feedback. Get them ready.
So this has helped me a lot into reshaping and actually even defining the customer well, knowing the persona of the customer and focusing the offering that I'm giving to the customer. So it has been really a wonderful experience for me. Thank you.
Okay, so welcome everybody back into the main room. So we're just taking some feedback on general feedback on the impacts the program has had on your different businesses. Any regrets, or would you do this all over again, or any transformation?
I think for me, it has been, I don't know how to put it. Like I'll tell my wife, it's like an MBA. In fact, it's more than an MBA because this is practical. And every weekly deliverables pushes you to get something done. So like interviews, you reach out to your potential customers, you reach out to mentors. I did the messaging and the blog yesterday. Everything just positions you to start. In fact, that's the word for me. You can't do all of this hard work and not start. You can't do all of this hard work and then shelve your business idea somewhere. So we already have what we need to go to the market. It's not new anymore. Is it about speaking to customers? Is it about speaking to co-founders? In fact, last week I spoke with somebody and I found myself trying to convince the person to come on board, be my product designer. After the call, I was laughing because everything is just there. You start thinking like a business person. So you cannot go through this cohort and not bring this business to life at all. It has to come to life. So it's a positive review
Awesome.
for me. Yes.
Okay. So, Mr. Durojayin.
Yeah, for me too, it has been a wonderful experience. It's for some period it was a bit challenging because when I was getting on board, I didn't envisage that it would be this tough. I had, I'm a bootstrapping entrepreneur, and I was already very busy. So now coming on board to Founder Institute and seeing how packed it is. At some point, at a particular point, I was thinking of, dropping out. I can say that relatively I'm a tough person because I've done a lot. I've bootstrapped about 3 or 4 businesses. And the sector that I came from, the newspaper sector, the real newspaper, when newspapers were newspaper, I was a news editor. And being a news editor means that you are in the pressure cooker for a few hours every day, and you just have to get it right, because if you miss a story or you don't get the right angle, the quality of, the rating of your newspaper will go down. And then if you make a wrong judgment call, you can set the whole country on fire. So you don't want to miss a story. You don't want to make a wrong judgment call. You are always on your toes for a few hours every single day. So I come from a tough background, and then coming on board this Founder Institute, I can see that, if I didn't have that kind of experience, maybe I would have dropped out, considering what I was already doing. So now, the other thing is that we are being given the real thing. Like Joel said, this is more than an MBA, We are being given the real thing, but, the resources that have been shared with us are the real thing. I was already interested in, this route of starting a business through soliciting investment from venture capitalists. I've done a lot of research over the years, and for some reason, I never joined all the groups, that were sending emails and all. But at a point when last year I saw, that, this thing was going to happen, somebody just said I should put in, and I think even to this point, what I've gained is invaluable. It's a life transforming experience. It's something that, one needs to go through. So like Joel has said, you cannot go through all this hard work without launching. So kudos to Founder Institute.
Okay, thanks for that feedback. So we'll take the final feedback from Dosubi. We'll continue next week. Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everyone. So I'm Dosubi, right? So I came into Founders Institute with my pitch deck thinking, okay, I'm ready to launch my products into the market. And lo and behold, after the first 2 weeks, I totally condemned the pitch deck. So it has been a very, very good experience for me. And I've been able to rebuild the revenue model, the business model, everything all over again. Then secondly, if I would join FI again, I would never join during rainy season because all the exercises were outdoor exercises. So yesterday I was trying to collect data for a particular apartment using my concierge MVP. And honestly, as I got to the venue, I spoke to the people and I was coming back home. I was in hold up for more than 8 hours. I got home because of the
Lagos.
rain. So I won't join during the rainy season because there's a lot of outdoor work that needs to be done. So yeah, thank you.
Okay. Okay, I think one more feedback. That's from Emmanuel Edili. You have raised funding before, so you are beyond pre-seed. So what has been your experience, or what impact has this, and what will you do differently?
Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. For me, I'll say the first thing is fine tuning. I've been able to fine tune a lot of things. My one sentence pitch, I've been able to fine tune it. My pitch, the pitch itself, and all that that it requires, I've been able to fine tune that. Been able to also, focus on certain pitch decks depending on who you're actually pitching to. That's what I'll be able to also get and learn from here as well. The other thing is that FI has really kind of gingered me and picked me right back up. I was in a place where, it's a lot of stress. When you have investors that have already invested in your company, and then you're at a place where it's not where you really want to be. And we still need funds. And so I was really in a place where I was like, what am I going to do? And I felt like there was really nothing. But FI has really kind of made me realize that even if the funds are not available, there are still things that you can do. There are still things that you need to work on. There are still things that you can, put to practice. And so it kind of picked me right back up, and I began to put these things back into practice, doing these things, and I'm already beginning to get, looks from other people, where you say, circles, where you say investor circles, people are investor circling around, a change app and what we have to offer. And this is even before getting into a funding lab. So I'm very excited and to have come this far. And I said this to myself, I said, look, I'm proud. I want to be proud. I'm going to be proud. I said, I want to finish this I will be an FI alumni. I want that name. I want that recognition under my name and everything. So I can say, okay, and I'm going to put it wherever I go. I am an FI alumni. So that's major. And I'm looking forward to Funding Lab and whatever I can get from there. And I'm also glad because even after that, if you finish, you still have resources with Founders Institute that you can continue to work with. So I'm excited about that. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Okay,
Sorry,
great.
one question. Are we going to have access to all the work that we have done so far later on when we graduate? Okay,
Yes, you
thank
have,
you.
because it's a life, so when you're building, I mean, you grow this business, you
Hello?
Is it me or she's frozen?
Okay.
I think she's frozen.
Okay.
or the way your roadmap for your business is developed, any business so after a while,
Just hang on, she'll be back. She'll be back. It's the network over their end is fluctuating. So she'll be back in. Okay, she's been bumped out. They'll be back in shortly. I see Catherine back. Okay.
Last minute, I was bumped out of the room.
Yes, you were.
Okay. Yeah. So everything, I mean, the ball is in your court. The resources are all there for you to deploy. The network is there for you to tap in and leverage. That's what FI is all about. And, you know, I listened to one of the mentors was saying, and I've also been saying, don't be sentimental about this, what you've been working on. If it's not just working, it's not working. Pivot, iterate, move, you know. So there's just so much, lots and lots of problems to solve in the world. So if at this time, and that is what this program does for you, to investigate, to do the necessary research, and then connect the working groups. That's why we have the working group. So even amongst yourselves as peers, you've heard what you're at different stages, different levels, having different experiences, and so you learn from one another, you know. So you're not all by yourself, you know. So next week is the investor session. So mentors, thank you so much, Franklin. Most grateful. And okay, I still see your two devices on. And who else is here? Okay. Okay, looks like Mike. Is Mike still here? It looks like he's also gone off. Yes. So next week is the investor session. You're going to be pitching for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So all of that you see in your assignment, what to do and how to make your presentation. So I wish you all the best of luck, and see you next week.
Thank you.
Office hours, of course. Yes. So do have a good evening. Rainy. It's still raining here. Abuja too has turned to, it's like Lagos today. It's been raining since, you know. So all right. So bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
ma'am.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank you so much.
founders.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Okay.